Yeah, slam dunked that one. Eat that, Atlanta. Your airport sucks. Yeah, watch me take back this fucking ball game and... goddamn three-pointer! Alright, that's it. No more fucking running. Goddamn it! Intercepted pass! There's one fucking constant in this universe, and then when it comes to EA sports sims like this, I am guaranteed to fucking blow ass. But in the NES era, Nintendo proved sports games don't have to be that way. Games like Punch-Out and Ice Hockey were simplistic as fuck and fucking fun. But the single best sports game for this system is right here, Tecmo Super Bowl. So let's just... You know what? For now, screw it. Let's go to another example of a simplistic but fun sports game that beats the shit out of anything EA could come up with. Hot Shots Golf for the PS3. I mean, remember how I said the best Game Gear title I had, until I found Sonic and Shining Force, was PGA Tour 96? Do I really need to say anything? A few minutes of playing the 5th Hot Shots golf game tells you how far golf sims have come. Golf is one of those sports where it's trendy to make fun of it, but privately, you'll admit it takes skill, dedication, and patience that few can muster. This golf sim goes a long way to making it accessible and fun, thanks to an elegantly simple but deep gameplay system and a variety of single and multiplayer modes. In fact, this was actually the first time I bothered playing a game online. For my online debut, for the tournament I entered, I came in dead last with a score of +5. Thankfully, there's other things Out of Bounds does with its online capabilities, such as a store where you can purchase downloadables like... Are you fucking serious? Kratos, a character synonymous with over-the-top violence that makes Mortal Kombat look like Pokemon, in a family-friendly game for a spot of golf. Okay, Hot Shots Golf now officially beats out Mario Golf forever. I'm sorry, but Spartan's top plumbers any day. The only way to make golf more awesome than this is if you somehow add ninjas into the equation. Oh, wait, that was already done? Well, never mind then.
You served me well, Spartan.
Watching the Ghost of Sparta play golf is a trip in itself, but the rest of the game is a wonder to look at as well. The attention to detail is astonishing, like ladybugs that somehow hitched a ride on your ball, to the changing weather effects, and little sound cues like whenever Kratos sputters after knocking a ball out of a sand trap adds to the immersion. There's an overall calming feel to the lush green environments, something Kratos usually doesn't get from the bloodbaths he typically tap dances through. Too bad Kratos doesn't exactly open up any cans of whoop-ass here. Playing as him in one-player challenge mode is insanely fun, where you have to win enough tournaments at your designated skill level to challenge a boss. Thankfully, you're highly motivated to do so because they're all pompous douchebags you'd love to see Kratos decapitate. Look at this shit. Even the African wildlife says, "Get this bitch out of our faces." But coming out on top takes effort. This sequel introduces the advanced shot system, which ditches the old power meters in favor of having the club flash at 50 and 100% power, and then a shrinking circle around the ball. Hit X at just the right time for maximum accuracy. Also, more advanced tactics include hitting triangle or circle instead to slightly increase or decrease power. And of course, you still gotta take wind speed and direction and other shit into account. If there's one complaint I have about the controls, it's pulling off top spins and back spins. Your accuracy must be perfect along with the right D-pad commands. And these moves are incredibly helpful when you know how to use them. A ball hit with a top spin is less affected by wind and can even skip across water. Like right here, bounces off the water and rolls right into a fucking sand trap. Oh shit, this one's saying for water too. Okay, bounce once, bounce again please, and fuck your mother. As the courses get more and more treacherous, you gotta know when and when not to use these spin moves. Like right here at Silver Peaks. Sure, a topspin lessens the impact of the wind the ball's flying right into, but the lower trajectory makes it, well... As for the backspins, they have a higher trajectory, are more affected by wind, and don't bounce around as much. Careful use of a backspin can land the ball right where you want it, such as right here, letting the Ghost of Sparta knock in another easy breezy Japanesey eagle. On top of that, if you're really deft with the controls, a backspin that lands the ball in the vicinity of the hole will then make the ball home in, giving dedicated players even more ways to output the competition. The only thing funnier than watching a Spartan tear up the golf course is watching his caddy. The way she'll follow Kratos around in between holes always made me think of Tails following Sonic. Speaking of hyperspeedy mammals, it's also a trip to watch the caddy run after the ball, even proving she's a perfect companion to a divine figure like the God of War, running over water. That's it. This must be why Hot Shots Golf 5 with Kratos was even more fun than his later PS3 game. God of War 3 needed a caddy sidekick, tossing Kratos golf clubs and giving him advice on how to knock out a Cyclops eye so it goes right up a Cerberus butthole.
Could be a birdie. It's downhill. A slope to the
And
right.
I never saw any voice casts, but I swear, that caddy sounds like Tress MacNeil. Guess lately there's been no casting calls for disturbingly attractive anthro girls. I'm sorry if I'm mining Kratos and the caddy for jokes, but while golf can be fun to play, it's boring as sloth shit to watch. Can't help but feel I'm boring my subscribers to tears. I mean, if Kratos can't make golf awesome to watch, who the hell can?
What the hell are you doing? In the middle of my backswing?
For me, the only sport that's still enjoyable to watch is good old American football. Even when my Jacksonville Jaguars had the division title in the bag and choked in the final 3 games! And again, the very best football game ever will always be Tecmo Super Bowl. Now if I can just get it out... Aw, hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about, people. Video game sports sim at its fucking best. You can play a quick game against a computer, have a quick 2-player game with a friend, like I'm doing here in my rematch with Twilight Prince 123 and kicking his ass. Which I'm sure he's still thankful I'm showing instead of his dismal outing at 2-player Street Fighter Alpha 3. Kicked his ass as Sakura every time. But when it comes to single player, the highlight, of course, was the ability to play a full season trying to get your team to the Super Bowl. Now, which team to pick? Since this game came out in 1991, most would stay the fuck away from the Buffalo bullshit Bills and go with the Giants.
Let me tell you, January 27th, 1991, best friggin' day of my life.
But since my Jacksonville Jaguars didn't exist back then, might as well go with the Miami Dolphins, remedy how Dan Marino never got a ring. And I must resist the temptation of making Ace Ventura references. Basically the only Jim Carrey movies I call masterpieces. Not like he's remembered for his take on the Riddler. And it looks like we won't be seeing Riddler in the next Batman movie, so nothing like how Aaron Eckhart rendered Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face obsolete. And here we are, kickoff for the season opener, right into the end zone, and... oh, look at that, a fumble. Which happens actually too damn often in this game. So here's the setup for offense. Enter the indicated button combinations to choose the corresponding run or pass play. Since we're so damn close to the end zone, we'll go with the running play, and... touchdown in the first minute, look at that. Unfortunately, I soon learned that that was a fluke. Miami doesn't have a running game worth crap, so like the actual 90s Dolphins, I relied too heavily on Dan Marino's arm. After the snap, hit A to toggle through receivers, and once you're sure your pass won't get picked off, hit B to let it fly. Yeah, suck on that, fucking Patriots. Again, what's great about NES games like Tecmo Super Bowl is the simplicity. Unlike Madden, where you're prompted to select from every play in existence, Tecmo gives you 4 run plays and 4 pass plays to choose from in games, ensuring things stay fast-paced and fun. But if the team's default playbook is not to your liking, in between regular season games you can swap them out. Down 3-7 against Chicago, use that fake-out pass you just swapped in, gets them every time. As for running plays, at one point I said screw the backs and had Marino run sneaks himself. And here's the end result. Defensively, you pretty much gotta guess what kind of play the other team is itching to pull and make the right selection. Believe it or not, it's just as satisfying as controlling the offense if you do it right. Perhaps even more so. Words cannot describe the warm, fuzzy feeling I got while I barreled through an offensive line, making back-to-back sacks, or even rubbing the bullshit Bills' face in it, adding insult to injury by ending the game with a safety! Not that it's easy to call the right defensive play every time and execute it well, and it was even harder because I'd kind of forgotten who the big stars were back then, such as Barry fucking Sanders. I'll fucking kill you! I'll kill all your fucking children! Well, no reason to worry about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Back then they always sucked. See? Fumble! Dun 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 dun! Ha 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 ha. And once again, Dan Marino is in a perfect position to fumble the fucking ball and let them score that touchdown they would have earlier. Great. Tecmo's Super Bowl is not without its flaws. Chief among them is, again, how fumbles seem to happen way too damn often. This even let a Tecmo virgin like Twilight Prince 123 trump me in our first two-player game together.
Go, 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 go!
Even in the game I'm supposed to be winning,
Oh yeah!
I was screwing up in Metal Slug 5, screwing up in Donkey Kong Country 2.
You guys can't say now, but I'm moonwalking.
Something equally ridiculous is how easily a 250-pound linebacker can get flicked away like a pinball, all too often letting the other team's back go right up the middle, and it still takes 3 or more guys to pull him down! Other complaints I have is that overall, the graphics and sound are ridiculously Spartan, not very exciting to look at or listen to. However, you can tell this is the same company behind Ninja Gaiden, where they tried spicing it up with brief little cutscenes to highlight the action. This approach even carries over to a halftime show. Funny, I always thought a halftime show was for the Super Bowl, not the regular season. Oh well, at least back then there was no worry of wardrobe malfunctions, and hello! Wow, an early indication that Tecmo would later market the following as intense sports action.
Shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller and talk with your hips. I said, shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller and talk with your hips.
But despite the minor fucknesses, all the hard work and dedication pays off. History repeats itself as the Miami Dolphins go undefeated, and now on to make sure it stays that way and do a better job than, oh, I don't know, the 2007 Patriots. Anywho, first up it's the Houston Oilers. I had almost forgotten the old name for Houston's team was as retarded as the new one, and hey, get back here, you little shit nugget! Then comes Bo Jackson's Raiders in the AFC Championship. Oh hell yeah, Bo knows his wussy-ass Raiders are shit out of luck! Oh, and Steve Bierlein used to be on this team? Bonus! And there we are, bitches. Clinch the AFC title while Raiders go home crying in shame. Super Bowl time, bitches, and it's against the Chicago Bears. Oh well, guess I got no choice but to make Barack Obama cry all over again. And I probably will, too, since players can be sidelined with injuries in this game, and in the playoffs their back Neil Anderson was taken out. Time for Miami to uphold the legacy of the franchise's legendary undefeated streak, just like that cold Monday night in December back in 1985, perhaps the single biggest choke in NFL history. Oh wait, that's Super Bowl 42 now. My mistake. Oh, and since every other game has a halftime show, people who make it this far undoubtedly wondered what's done at the Super Bowl itself. A little skit with a trio of mighty bomb jacks. Seriously, Tecmo could have used characters from, I don't know, one of their good games, like Rygar or Ninja Gaiden, not this little munchkin in pajamas. Well, other than that last-minute display of specialness, Tecmo Super Bowl is a masterpiece through and through. It's gained an insane cult following over the years, with all sorts of hacks and modified ROMs and shit. When it comes to sports games, only Hot Shots Golf 5 came close to unseating it as my favorite. Not only do both of these games easily get a 9 out of 10, they're easily, so far, the best of the games I've given a 9 out of 10.